Alex Board, Shadow Minister of Gozo. Minister, as you before mentioned, the economy of Gozo is smaller than Malta. Which kind of support should Gozo receive?
Without doubt, as I stated, Gozo suffers from double insularity. It is an island within an island, so that from itself presents a bit of a burden. However, I always believe that from this burden, we need to make it an opportunity to strive more. Gozo obviously has the same problems as Malta when it comes to the touristic industry, especially the catering industry, but on a bit of a larger scale. So we need to ensure that we always support the local industry in order to make sure that it keeps on flourishing. Gozo is the ideal place for several pilot projects because given its smallness, I think we are able to create something from it that on a micro scale that could be used on a macro scale on a national scale. So for example, we were discussing this issue with regards to the VAT, and many were discussing whether there is the possibility of decreasing the VAT with regards to the food service industry. And I believe that, for example, Gozo can be used as a pilot project in order to see whether a decrease in VAT works in Gozo, and if it works in Gozo, it can be used on a national scale. So I believe that that's where we should go to make sure to see whether certain incentives can work in Gozo, and then we use them on a national scale.
And which are the future steps that the government should take in order to ensure a better and sustainable quality in the industry?
Yes, we need to work towards sustainability. Sometimes we see sustainability as a burden, but it is an opportunity to grow further and to work towards quality, towards the quality in the industry. I think that we need to regulate properly and make sure that whenever we regulate, we are in an open channel with the stakeholders and with the industry. And we need to make sure that the regulations that we pose don't pose a burden on the industry. For example, when it comes to BCRS, it's a good incentive, it's a positive incentive, it's an incentive that is needed because we need to reach our green targets by 2030, and it is one of the major factors that's going to contribute to this. But there is the perception that it is being negatively posing a disadvantage on the industry. We need to make sure that, for example, many restaurants argue with me because they have a problem with regards to storage. Where are they going to store the waste? Or for example, there are restaurants who tell me there are late payments from BCRS towards the restaurants. So we need to work so that within the next 5-10 years, we strive towards quality. But quality, as my colleague Marda Marco stated, isn't just about striving to have a lavish restaurant or luxury. Quality means giving a quality service, having, for example, an authentic meal in front of you whereby you can enjoy yourself, the service. And we need to focus on the local industry, local restaurants. These are the persons who have an identity with Malta. That's where we need to work.
Thank you so much. I'm Federica from Gazzetta di Malta.